Hello, this is day 18 of Aglow 30. Yesterday we looked at a charge on being filled with the Spirit, all right? And today I want to talk about I want to continue that flow of thought, all right? I want to talk about sustaining an environment or sustaining fire, all right? Creating an environment for devotional fire or sustaining fire. I'll start by saying that literal fire, I mean, not even fire of prayer now, literal fire, it takes a certain, it takes certain elements to sustain literal fire. It takes certain elements to even start up a fire. It's called a fire triangle. And so we know that as long as this fire triangle is present, there will be fire. What is a fire triangle? Oxygen, fuel, and heat. All right. And so that's what, as long as there's the presence of oxygen, there's the presence of fuel, the presence of it, there will be fire. You see, one of the ways to sustain your devotion or to keep your devotion life aglow or ablaze is to put yourself where it is easy, in a situation, in an environment where it is easy to practice your devotion and it's almost impossible to not. All right. You see, one of the rules in building habits, any habits at all, as put to us by the popular Atomic Habits writer James Clear, is that instead of seeking motivation, seek an environment, because when you find yourself in the right environment, then motivation will not be needed as much to perform that new habit or to execute that new habit you seek. And so there are certain environments, and environments don't only mean geographical environments now. What I mean by environments are structures and systems that have been put in place that make it almost impossible for you not to have your devotion, as it were, right? You can put yourself in a situation, in circumstances that make it easy and almost impossible, like I said, to not have your devotion, as it were. And back to the fire triangle, you can make sure there's heat, there is oxygen, and there is fuel in your life to make sure your devotion is constant. All right. And so many times when people tell me stuff of, oh, they're struggling with their prayer life, they're struggling with their devotion and all that, just a little peep into their structures and all those things, show me why they are struggling, because it only makes sense that you struggle with this kind of structures you are putting in place. Practical example, you say, oh, I pray, what's the time you pray? I pray by 11 p.m. Now, okay. Now you say you want to start praying by 11 p.m. every night. Okay, that's fine. Or by 5 a.m. So how do you pray? I pray on my bed, then I lie on my pillow because it's very comfortable. I mean, and you are complaining that you sleep off when you have devotion. Like, what were you planning to happen? I recently just even heard about that the Adeboye, that the reason why prayer works is because he does not want to sleep now. That's a short life. I would say he sleep, but anyways, um, if someone of that age is still prayer working because he wants, so that he does not want to sleep or so that he does not sleep, I think you should maybe attempt it and stand up from that your bed. And in the same vein, I also talk about you are up till 2 a.m. and you want to pray by 5 a.m. and you're wondering why you always miss your alarm. Like, what's the plan? You were up to 2 a.m. doing God knows what, laughing on the phone call with someone that you might not marry. Anyways, and by 5 a.m. you're not saying, well, I always miss my alarm. Like, there are structures you can put in place. The time you wake up, the time you sleep, or I probably will talk very soon in the next or the episode after the next one about building structures and systems for your devotion. But what I'm more important about is creating an atmosphere where your spirit is constantly energized, where your spirit is constantly conscious of devotional fervor. Think about it, the movies you watch. You can't be binge watching, series for a whole day and be wondering what's happening to your prayer life. You don't go to church, you don't fellowship with the brethren, you don't listen to sermons, you don't, the kind of songs you listen to are songs that glorify lust and glorify vices and all those things, and you're wondering why your devotion life is dragging. Listen to me and listen well. It doesn't have to be a sin for you not to do it. If it does not edify you, it's defiling you. If it's not sponsoring your devotion, your love, and your hunger for God, then many times it's dragging you back much more than you think. All right. And so you can't be binge watching movies, just watch series, maybe like 7 episodes, and like, oh my God, I'm struggling with my prayer life. What were you expecting? You watch Stranger Things, 8 episodes on a go. You binge watch the whole season, and you're wondering why your devotion is so strange. Anyways, that was a play on word. But the kind of things you listen to, it even goes to the kind of sermons you listen to. All right. One of the habits I have as a person, I don't pay attention to sermons that tell you things like, oh, It's not only about prayer. It's not just about prayer. Prayer, and some of them are well intentioned, but I know the effect it would have on me. My emphasis on this video is create an environment where it's almost impossible. There are songs you listen to. I know myself. There are just songs I will plug in. And there is no how there's the prayer. You understand? Feel that OGs understand these things. There's also a way you just feel like praying after listening to some songs. So why not listen to it? There are some sermons you listen to, and there's a prayer hunger that will come in you after listening to that sermon. Why not just listen to that sermon? Why not just play that sermon in the background? For a period of my life, I made sure I was always playing instrumentals all through the night. As I was sleeping, I was just playing songs so that by the time I wake up, what I'm waking up with is a desire to spend, fellowship with God, as it were. This is the 18, and we just spoke about creating an environment for sustaining fire, creating a structure for sustaining fire. If this blessed you, do well to like this video, share with someone, subscribe to this channel. Any part of it that stood out to you, share it on your social media page. Let it bless someone else. Be a media evangelist. Be a media evangelist. A lot of you guys are watching these videos and you're not sharing it. Repent. All right. Be a media evangelist. Share with someone. Let it bless someone. All right. God bless you. Have a lovely day.